All right, let's get into a really powerful story from modern Egyptian literature. We're talking about Yusuf al-Qayd's War in the Land of Egypt.
So, the whole thing kicks off on one single day. But for two different families, this day means two completely opposite things. For one guy, it's the best day of his life. For another, it is the absolute worst. And their worlds are about to crash into each other because of one court decision. It's the trigger for everything that follows.
So first up, let's meet the big man in the village, the guy they call the Umda. I mean, for him, this day is starting off as a massive win. See, after years of fighting the government, he's finally getting his family's huge plots of land back, the land that had been taken away from them.
But you know that old saying, what life gives you with one hand, it snatches away with the other? Well, that's exactly what happens here. Right in the middle of all this celebration, a piece of paper shows up and it just completely destroys the mood. Turns out, his youngest son, the son he had late in life with his favorite wife, has just gotten his summons for mandatory military service. And this is happening during a time of actual war, so this isn't just some minor inconvenience. For the Umda, the thought of his son going off to fight is it's completely unthinkable.
And this is where things get really interesting. The way the Umda justifies what he's about to do, well, it's all based on this deep-seated belief that he and his family are just better than everyone else. He literally sees the world as two types of people and believes the rules just don't apply to his kind.
So in his head, he starts building this case for why his son absolutely cannot serve, right? First, his other four sons, they all got out of it. Second, his young wife, she'd be heartbroken. And then there's the biggest reason, a really personal one. A secret medical operation means he can't have any more kids. So this isn't just a son, this is his last son, his entire legacy.
You see, for the Umda, this has zero to do with patriotism or serving his country. Not at all. It boils down to one simple, brutal calculation: protecting his bloodline. In his mind, sending his son to the army is basically a death sentence, and he will do absolutely anything to prevent that from happening.
So completely desperate, the Umda goes to a guy known only as the broker. Now this broker, he's a former teacher who got disgraced, and now he's the guy you go to when you need to, well, bend the system. He knows all the dirty little secrets, all the loopholes, and he can fix anything as long as you've got the cash.
And this is where you really see just how rotten the system is. The broker's idea isn't just about, bending a few rules or faking a doctor's note. No, his solution is way bigger. Way more cynical. He basically suggests they create a whole new reality from scratch.
I mean, the broker's plan is it's wild. It's so much more than just getting the kid out of the draft. Think about this. They have to find another young man to take his place, forge a brand new identity for him, then fake that kid's death to literally wipe him off the map, and then blackmail his family with forged documents to make sure they never, ever talk. The entire point is to turn one person into a ghost so the Umda's son can just live his life.
And obviously, this isn't something one or two people can pull off. No way. The broker's scheme needs a whole network of people to look the other way. We're talking at least 11 different officials who have to be in on it, from the army recruiter to the guy at the public records office, all the way to the local police. Everyone gets a piece of the pie.
Okay, so while the Umda and the broker are busy with their grand conspiracy, remember that great day we talked about? Well, the fallout from it is crashing down hard on the other side of the tracks, on the people with no power at all.
And this is where we meet the Night-Watchman. And the irony here is just brutal. He actually works for the Umda. That same court decision that made the Umda so happy? Well, it means the Watchman is about to lose the small plot of land he farms. And that land, that's everything. It's his family's only real safety net. The police show up and tell him and the other farmers to just give up the land quietly, or they'll take it by force. There's this feeling of complete hopelessness, like, what can they possibly do? One of the village women says it perfectly. Water never flows uphill. They know they can't fight the powerful.
So just like that, the Watchman is facing complete and utter ruin. His land is gone. His livelihood is gone. The entire future he imagined for his family has just vanished into thin air. He is at rock bottom.
And it's right then, at that exact moment of total desperation, that the Umda calls for him. He wants a private meeting. The two worlds, the world of power and the world of powerlessness, are finally about to meet.
See, the Umda's clerk has already been busy. He's gone through all the village birth records and he's found him. He's found the perfect replacement to go to the army in place of the Umda's son.
And this is the gut punch. The central, tragic irony of the whole story. The perfect replacement is Masri, the Night-Watchman's son. His only son. And Masri isn't just some kid, he's brilliant, always at the top of his class. He's a kid the Umda himself has praised publicly, a total opposite to his own spoiled, failing son.
So the board is set. On one side, you have the powerful man, desperate to save his own child.
On the other side, you have the powerless man, about to lose everything that keeps his family from starving.
And right there in the middle, you have a corrupt system offering a twisted solution that lets the rich feed on the desperation of the poor.
Of course, the Umda doesn't present it like that. He frames this life-altering decision as just a simple favor, a simple job. He uses all this soft, calming language, promising to look after the watchman, maybe even hinting that he could get to keep his land after all.
But as the full, ugly truth of the broker's plan comes out, the story leaves us hanging with this one haunting question. What is the real price of one person's privilege? In a world of the powerful and the powerless, who is the one that actually pays for this so-called simple job, with their identity, their future, and maybe even their life?